Procedure to draw the signal flow graph from block diagram. Procedure to draw the signal flow graph from block diagram. Procedure to draw the signal flow graph from block diagram. Step 1. Step 1. Replace the input signal and output signal by the node. Replace the input signal and output signal. Replace the input signal and output signal by node. Step 2. Replace all the summing point by node. Replace the summing point by the node. Step 3. Replace all the takeoff point by the node. Replace the all takeoff point by the nodes. Step 4. Step 4. If the branch connecting a summing point and takeoff point has a unity gain. If the branch connecting the summing point, if the branch connecting the summing point and takeoff point has unity gain, then the summing point and takeoff point can be combined and represented by a single code. For example, G2 is the transfer function, the summing point is the output, another connected to the summing point, the takeoff point is connected to the feedback element is H1. The H1 is plus. If the branch connected a summing point and takeoff point has a unity gain. Here the summing point, it is a summing point, it is a takeoff point. There has a no gain. Their gain is a unity gain. Their gain is 1. The gain is 1. Then the signal flow graph will be 1. The transfer function is G2 and feedback path is H1. The takeoff point and summing point within a one node. The node is it is a node. There has a no path gain between the summing point and takeoff point. The path gain is unity, therefore is a one node. Is a single node. Step 5. If there are more takeoff point from the same signal, then all the takeoff point can be combined and represented by a single node. If there are more takeoff point from a same signal, if there more takeoff point, if there are more takeoff point from the same signal, then while the takeoff point can be combined. Example are, suppose the transfer function G2, the feedback element is 2, the another feedback element is H3. The transfer function G2 feedback element H2 feedback element H3. 3 terminal connected in one point is 1 point. It will be within one node or single node. Is a node. Is a single node. The signal flow graph will be, transfer function is G2 is H2, the another function is H3, G2 H2 and H3. Step 6. If the gain of the link connecting to summing point is 1, if the gain of the link connecting to summing point is 1, then the two summing point can be combined. Then the two summing points can be combined. Suppose there are the two summing point, one is, another is here. The two summing point, the transfer function is connected to G1, the another feedback element is connected to the summing point H1, Here the summing point is 1. R is input, C output is plus minus. Then the signal flow graph will be here. The two summing point are linking between the, if the gain of the link connecting two summing point is 1, two summing point is 1, then the two summing point can be combined and can be replaced by a single node, can be replaced the single node, and the two summing point are the single node. The node, the transfer function is g1. It is a node g1. The feedback path is minus h1. The another feedback is minus 1. This is the procedure of a signal flow graph from the block diagram. We can take a example for clear a confusion. The input terminal is a input terminal. Suppose the node is 1. Input terminal is node 1. Here the two summing point. Among the summing point there has a no gain. It is a one node. So another node is node 2. The summing point, it is a takeoff point. There has a no transfer function or there has a no gain, then that will be another node is 3. Node is 3. Node is 3. There is a another node is 4. And the summing point, there another feedback element path point and the another point. The 3 point combined within node. This node is node 4. Node 4. Sorry, node 4 is node 5. It's node 5 and the out terminal is node 6. Node 6. The signal flow graph is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 node, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are connected with each other. It's called also forward path. So called the forward path. The G1 is connected between the node 2 and node 3. So it will be here the G1 and the node 3 and node 2. Node 3 and node 4. Node 3 is node 3 and node 4 is 4. This is within connected with the transfer function G2. It's node 4 It is also called node 5. The node 4 and node 5, they are between a G3 transfer function. It's a G3 and node 5 and node 5, it is not, so there is a no feedback, no gain or no transfer function. Node 3, it is a signal flow graph. Here the node 4 is connected to node 2. Here the node 4 is connected to node 2. Here the node 5 is connected to node 3. Node 5 is connected to node 3 with a negative feedback. The feedback element is 2. Then the feedback path is connected to node 2 from node 5. Node 5 to connected to node 2. The feedback element is 1. It's a unit feedback path. It is the signal flow graph from the block diagram.